Oden's Eye is here with their holiday collection. We have the Ice Crystal palette, and I am so excited. Hey y'all, it's Heather, and we are talking all about the new palette from Oden's Eye today. This is one of the most anticipated launches of the year for me. I'm always so excited to see what Oden's Eye is going to do for holiday. They always do something really fun, and they took a beautiful icy theme and gave us a colorful, bright, fun pastel palette. Oden's Eye sent me this palette in PR a few weeks ago. I've had this palette for over 2 weeks, and I really appreciate that I've had time to play with it, test it, try it, create looks, use it on camera, off camera, and really get a feel for this. And I am so excited to be sharing it with you because I love color, I love neutrals, I love deep, I love dark, I love bright, I love pastel, and this palette has beautiful bright shades with some deepening up shades and options, so you can do some different looks with this palette. This is one of their larger format palettes, and I just think it is so pretty. We are going to be doing 2 looks with this palette. I'm going to show you some comparisons. I'm going to tell you my thoughts on this palette, but the shades that really stand out to me are the shimmers. I am a shimmer lover. If it has sparkle, I'm interested, you know? So Oden's Eye always has really beautiful shimmer, sparkle, shifty formulas, and I just cannot wait to show you my looks with this. This palette is going to be available on the Oden's Eye site on November 15th. I will put that and all the launch information down below in the description box. You can use my affiliated code Heather to save at checkout if you decide to purchase this palette or anything else from Oden's Eye. They are going to be doing tote bags. They have different color options. I'm a tote bag girly. I love tote bags, and you get a free tote bag with the purchase of this collection for like the first orders until they run out of supplies. So we'll also have that in the description box, and November 15th will also kick off their Black Friday sale. I know they're going to have a discount on a lot of things. I don't know all the details yet, but if I can find them, I will put them in the description box and pinned comment for you. If you ever use my links or anything, thank you so much. It really does help me out. And my code Heather will stack with the discounts they're doing Black Friday, so you can use that and you can get an extra savings. But now that I've kind of told you about the launch, I've told you a little bit about the palette, you've seen the swatches, let's jump into the looks, comparisons, and my final thoughts. I've got you zoomed in super close, like closer than anyone should be, so that you can see exactly how these shadows apply. I'm gonna first start with my Melt eyeshadow base. I always use an eyeshadow base when I do shadow. I have deep set eyes, I have oily lids, and eyeshadow primer is critical. I am going to be using the shade Vanilla from Melt, and then we're going to jump into our palette and go in with the shade Amber Flame. I'm going to start by pressing that color on. So I'm not blending or swiping, I'm just going to press first. I find that this is the best way to get light colors to pop. If you want to use a color like this, and you want to make it super subtle and not like it is in the pan. See, when I do like this and I pack on, it's going to give me the color that's truest to the pan. Now, if I used a white eyeshadow base, it would be even more vibrant, but I do like to start by packing. And then I will go and I will kind of lightly blend the edges. You can definitely go in, swipe, blend if you want not this like intensity with the shade, and it can definitely lighten it up, or you can use it to blend or whatever you want. But I just really like doing it this way. I am using a brush from my Sigma favorite set. I will of course have this palette linked down below with all the information in the description box, and I will link brushes and any other makeup that I'm wearing. I try to put it all in the description box. I'll also put it in the first pinned comment. Try to make it as helpful as possible, but if there's anything I forget, definitely let me know, and I will make sure to tell you if I can. That is such a pretty color though, right? Like that is you're like, Heather, it's an orange, calm down. I just love oranges, yellows, gold, bronze, fiery, warm tones, olives, even like warm olives. Oh, so pretty. I really like the way that color blended. I think that looks really pretty. I love like the orangey pastel but still vibrantness of it. That makes sense, right? That makes sense. I'm going to take another brush from my Sigma set, and we are going to go into Winter Night. With this shade, I am going to put this all over my lid right in here. Like that, kind of all the way across. So that when my eyes open, what you can see of my lid is that dark gray color, and then it's the orange like this. You see, I'm gonna go back in. I'm just picking up a little bit on my brush at a time because I want to be careful that I don't overdo this shade, but I'm gonna focus just on laying it down where I want to right now, and we'll focus on blending in a minute. Once I have that shade down how I want it, I'm just going to lightly blend it upwards, but I want to keep it like concentrated closest to my lash line, and then just barely diffuse it right in here. I am going in with a little bit of liner in my waterline. I don't know why I try to talk when I do this, and just a little bit on the lower lash line, and just kind of smudge it around like that. Sticking with that same shade, Winter Night, I am going to pick that up on another brush from my favorite set, and I will buff that into my lower lash line, but not bringing it down super far, just kind of like smudging it. I just realized that I had my fan running while I was doing all of this, talking to y'all. I'm so sorry if that was annoying in the background. I just turned it off. I've just been getting so hot, so I had my fan on, please forgive me. I want to soften up my lower lash line just a little bit, but I really don't want to carry that like orange all the way around. So with another brush from my favorite set, I'm gonna dip just a little bit into the shade Golden Icicle. I'm putting this just under my lower lash line, and you're not going to notice this, really. You're really not gonna notice this. This is a very fluffy brush, and I'm just barely softening that up with it being a little bit lighter here. That's why I tapped my brush to like the inner corner first and then dragging it out. I do have on a like brighter yellowy under eye setting powder, and this is just going to soften that up so it's not like a gray line. Even though we buffed and blended it, I still wanted it to be just a little softer. Okay, now that I have my lower lash line kind of how I want it, I am going to pick up the shade Crystal Frost. I don't normally like to apply shadow with my fingers, but for this look, I really want to diffuse this shade. This shade is so beautiful. So I'm tapping it just on top of that gray, and I'm kind of pressing. I mean, I am pressing very lightly though, because it's my eye. So I'm just kind of tapping that on like that. And because I'm using my finger, I am a little bit messier. Like, it's concentrated there, but of course, as I tap out, I'm letting some of that sparkle come up. I want this to be very ice crystal fairy makeup diffused sparkle type of thing, you know? I want the majority of the shadow to be closest to the lash line though, so I'll kind of start there and then I diffuse it up and out. Once I have that on and kind of pressed on with my finger, then I'm gonna go in with another of my favorite brushes and diffuse even more. Oh, I like that. It's something kind of different, yeah? I haven't done a look like this in a long time, like with the dark shade kind of all over and then a topper. Oh, to add that sparkle. I love this sparkle shadow. I want to brighten up the inner corner, add some sparkle. I love sparkle on my inner corner, and I'm gonna go in with the shade Ice Shard. I think this one is super pretty. I am going to press first, taking it on my little brush and pressing it right there on the inner corner. That way I get the most sparkle, the most brightness right in here, and then I'll flick it up a little bit I like to do that kind of with my deep set eyes. Just flick it open just a little bit. Like that. I'm gonna throw on some mascara, see if I need to do any more blending for the final look. All right, y'all, here is my finished look. I really like this. I think it would be super beautiful too with like a pretty lash, but I decided to just go with mascara. I've been loving just mascara on my lashes lately, and I think that this look is so ethereal. I don't know, I'm so into it. I really am feeling it. I am wearing Oden's Eye on my cheeks and my lips too. I'm wearing the Morgan Turner Love Language lip gloss. I will list all of this in the description box, and I do have a video with Morgan's collection if you want to check that out. I love this gloss though. And I'm wearing a blush. What am I wearing? Let's see. I'm wearing the Pink Blossom Love Blush, not Pink Blossom, Pink Bloom Love Blush, and I am wearing my Glow Powder blusher, but this is more like a highlighter, a topper for me. So I do have those products on from Oden's Eye. I will put everything in the description box. I really like those. I really like this look. I'm so feeling it. It's giving me sparkle, and it's something a little different for me. I do want to show you another look. This one is very purple and very soft. I wanted to do something super easy, but still purpley and wintry and sparkly. So I used some of the mattes and some of the shimmers in this palette to create this look. I am really enjoying the formulas in here. I really like the formulas of the shimmers. Oden's Eye always does really interesting like textures in their palette. They'll put in mattes and shimmers and multi-chromes and topper-esque shades, and sometimes they'll have those shades that are a little more creamy. Sometimes they'll have the shades that are a little more firm. I really enjoy that because I do feel that it gives me variety with what I can do in a palette. It gives me options, and I'm all about the options. I did really like my finished look using this palette when it was all done with mascara, and I just felt so great in that look. I really love Oden's Eye. I think that's obvious, and I really liked my purple look there. I'm so into both of the looks that I created with this collection for y'all. Like I said, I've been playing with it when I'm not filming as well, and really enjoying the soft shades, specifically the shimmers. I just think they're so pretty, even for one and done looks. Now, I want to show you this next to last year's large palette that they did. This is the Eternal Twilight palette. I do have a full video on this one, so check it out if you want to see more about this, because I know this is still available, and like I said, they're going to be doing a big Black Friday sale. I think last year's palette is very much like up my alley. It's got the deeper, darker shades. It's got like a lot of warm shades. It's got some variety, but I really like this year's palette too. I like the colors. I like that we have the light bright. It's different from last year's big palette. And I like that Oden's Eye branches out in terms of shapes and sizes of their palette. I like that they do smaller palettes, larger palettes. They definitely give us some options, and I really do like that. I like when a brand has a consistency and like cohesiveness across the brand, but isn't just always the same. I really appreciate that. I really liked Eternal Twilight too. Again, check out the video if you want to know more about it. And here again, they are side by side. I wanted to hold these up for you so that you could see them. I know I already showed, but still, I want to show you more. Like, I'm always trying to give you more because more is more, right? Let me show you this next to the Rosy Jingle palette. This is another holiday launch from the brand. And this one, I thought it would be helpful because this palette, it is like light and pastel and bright shades, but you can see this one is much more warm overall than our newer palette. I still thought it would be helpful to see these side by sides if you were curious for some pinks, some yellows with a little bit of purple, and some warmer neutral shades. I believe Rosy Jingle is still in stock also, and of course I do have a full video on it, so you can check that out too if you want to like see more about it. I really love Oden's Eye. I love the brand. I think they make some really great products. So I have a big Oden's Eye collection. I love the brand, and I want to show you comparisons so that I can be as helpful to you as possible. When I do comparisons, I'm definitely not saying these are the same. They're dupes, nothing like that. If that ever happens, I will definitely let you know. But This is more to show you like options, you know? I really like this palette. I think it's super pretty. I would say when I look at this palette, my first thought is it is a pastel palette with some bright shades and a couple of deepening up shades. I really like the packaging. I think it's so pretty, and I love a frosty winter wonderland theme. Like, I think that's so pretty, like definitely Frozen vibes, something like that, you know, very winter wonderland-esque. I think this is really pretty. I really like the blue shade. I like this palette. I like the mix of shades, and I love the shimmer, sparkle, multi-chrome special, all of those types of shades in this palette. I'm going to pop up some more videos here for you. I would love it if you would stick around, hang out, watch some more makeup videos, but I want to know what you think of this new palette. Let's talk all things makeup down in the comments.